Hello, hello, hello. Mercy, CheckouttheRileys. Welcome, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me. This is the first problem we always have here. If you can hear me. Good evening, Tim. Good evening, good evening. So today we have a very interesting topic. You know, it's how to locate a good Filipino in the Philippines. And what is interesting is I shared the link to the Single Filipinas. As you've known that we have Single Filipina series, right? It's their chance to come up. So we will see who will. And that's one of the things that, it's hard to find good Filipinos. All right, so how to locate good Filipinos? Interesting. And hello, Anton. Hello, 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 everyone. So it's really hard for a guy to find a good woman in general. Really, really hard. Some of them maybe, just got lucky and found one. But we're going to talk about just general way, like how do you find a woman? Depends on what are you looking for. So, do you like a woman that is very sophisticated? Do you like good conversationalist? So people, but you go to cities, right? Good conversations. You like to talk to or if you want a conservative type, go to the province here. But the first step of it all, find a good Filipinas, you have to come to the Philippines. That's the first step. I have to have your passport to really. And foreigners that comes here, I know Tim been living there, so he probably know it, but somewhere in the Philippines, especially by the North province, way down to the south, foreigners are like, what do you call that? Like authentic. Is that the right word? Authentic. Hello, Giselle. That's one of our Philippines. And the foreigner will be treated like a celeb. They, they just because they have not seen like you. Maybe here in my town, only three, four people support. All are like influence. That's what it is. Like, if you go to a place that there's no foreigner there, there's a higher chance you can get a good Filipino. But the problem would be, are they speak English? Speak English. That's the question. So anyway, uh, for a man, what are you looking for uh, a good Filipino? And what is good for you? Are you looking for a long relationship, a serious one? Are you clear from just have temporary stay here, have fun, and then come back home? You really have to know what type of woman. If you want to find a good there's a better chance, it's strange, better chance to have somebody with friend and make would be like, somebody with people that like tell you, hey, this is a good movie. Good. So the third, third party would say, hey, and come, sometimes when foreigner comes here in a restaurant, we would, there's a woman would be approved, would willing to approach a foreign. Are you single? So one of the couple asked, do not uh, take that wrong. Maybe they would ask, they would recommend good thing. Probably sometimes it's a good thing, good thing. Don't say no right away, even though it's not culture, your culture. Be asked outright in that restaurant. So those are the chances. Yes. So those are one of the things you would consider. How to compete with Filipinos depends on what do you want. You want to have a long relationship and it's just temporary. You want hello Giselle. Giselle, if you see the link there, you could come up. You could come up here so that I could come up and give your thoughts about it. I think you could some good Filipinas are not exposed. They're not because they're very busy. They're working. My sales lady in the board. Oh, I have this group, Tim, that ladies could come up. I gave them the link there. So can you guys hear the popping thing notification? Anyway, I'm waiting for those ladies to want to come. Here's their chances. There's their chances to show themselves. It's not, it's the same like finding a diamond. If you go to a public place, finding diamonds, it's rare because they're all beautiful. And probably a lot of men got this beauty uh, when you find a woman beautiful, they would instantly say, "Oh, this is it. This is it." But that's okay. Same, I tried. It's okay. No worries. I keep posting a live stream, and then the problem is I keep forgetting it. So I don't. People that shared it. I'm sorry about the popping. I have this little business. Speaking of business, you there's a better chances if that's a good Filipina if she have a job because it shows responsibility. So it really depends on the guy what he likes. It's so confusing sometimes. Sorry, I got distracted again. Anyway, thank you very much for staying. I think this is the right time. Thank you for staying. What else? Another, uh, we talk about the scam, right? So people get mistaken of, they think the attention that the woman gave them It's a strategy. Oh, like how breaking up. Jen, what do you mean, like choppy choppy? So, don't give them off. It's what do you call that? It's so good. Did you just learn to people? Don't do that. I have had loose plan. I did. Hey, I am lying here. Yeah, it happens, right, Tim? But am I like very satisfied? Maybe that's why. You are right, Tim. I took like, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I guess I should have part two. Very choppy sound. Hello, hello. Mic test, 10-4, 10-4. Wow, I'm so super choppy. What happened? Is that my connection? My connection. I'm using this. Is it, that is better. Really? Okay. It's better now. I didn't do anything. Maybe my microphone is too far. If somebody is trying to come up, they can see her. So you can find a camera. Where's the camera? Well, thank you, Tim, for saying that choppy choppy. Anyway, so again, uh, a woman, a good woman, potentially a good wife, she have a job. She can do what the wife is doing. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I think I'm going to try to see if I can implement baby subs. Right now, my Mbps is 182 download, so that's fine, right? And my upload is 20 15, 15, 16 Mbps. It's not that bad. I mean, I think I it's good, right? The MBPS is no. I wonder why. You really think so, Tim? It's the internet, but I'm going to check with the state into that. Hello, hello. I think the restream had died down. I think the restream had this problem, just like Bill tried to. I had this link. Well, I'm sorry about this one, but I cannot hear you nor see you. It cannot be done. Well, yes. At least in there, there's like an option. Like if you don't want kids, then find somebody that have don't have kids. If it's okay with you, find this woman attractive. It really depends on the guy what he really wants. Because if the guy doesn't know what he wants, that's a problem. Right? Right? Or maybe the guy wants, there's like exception. If I had the first date with that lady, find her very attractive, and at this quality, go to the next step. Take one of the Filipina. Oh, Christine, is that you? Christine, I don't know why, but I can't see your camera. Can you try to restart and refresh it? Seem like, oh, there you are. I can see you. Hello, I can't hear you.
Am I clear now, ma'am?
Oh, yes. Hello, Christine.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, doing good. Yeah, did you see this live stream a while ago?
Yes, ma'am. I've seen it in our Facebook page.
It's good, it's good. Yeah, so we're just talking about how to locate a good woman, and one of the choices that I told them really depends on the guy, what he really likes and what he wants. He wants a conservative type or go to the province. He want like someone very fluent, wanted to to talk to. You can go to the city, Manila, Cebu, down those kind of city, right? So that's chances are if they and I do not suggest that they go to like to go to the bar to find a good woman. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of options of how you will find your uh, aspired life partner or woman that you hoping to marry someday, right? And I think there's a lot of way. God has given us a lot of ways how to meet them, and it's up to us to discern whether they are the one for us or not.
It's true. It's true. So they should rely on their gut feeling.
Yes, ma'am. Because some, there are uh, in the past histories of foreigners meeting their Filipina wife or loved ones. They usually they say they meet the internet. Mostly they say that they meet them in internet or social media. Some in friends, referred by friends, or relatives that has been living in the foreign countries. So I think meeting the love of your life or that aspired life partner is has boundaries. So you can, for me, you can meet them in any ways in any place, unexpected place that God has wants you to meet them.
Tim said, many girls in my area are bar girls and are bar girls. Would you recommend that, Tim? Is
Um,
there is there like a good Filipino there?
yeah, I can say that when those girls that happens to enjoy partying or enjoy going to the bar is not a good women. Okay, we can't judge them. We can't demoralize them. For me, yes, they might be in there, but I I think, as I said, they're not all the same. It doesn't mean that they're going in the bar is they're not good women or they're not uh what do you say, they are not good to be a mother, they are not fit to be a mother of your future children, right? So some women who's been love enjoying going to the bar, they find themselves being married and being faithful to that man, like they would change themselves, right? They would change themselves for that will fit to the life of a married woman or in a relationship woman, right? So I don't demoralize them. They're going to party. It doesn't mean they're not fit to be a lifetime partner. They won't be able to change to a better woman.
You are right somehow, but it's like, what you see is what you get. It's not 100% that uh, I'm wrong,
Yeah,
but
I agree with
there's
that,
like
ma'am.
80%. Maybe there's one out of 200 ladies that were willing to give up their party life to have
Yeah.
a family, but not all of them. Yes, I'm not saying all of them, but there's still, as you can see, you uh, we are so judgmental, culturally speaking. So I'm not saying all, I'm just saying one, maybe 1 out of 10, uh, 50
Yeah.
out of 1,000. That there's always a lady that somehow would willing to give up. But contentment is really something that we have to consider. If uh, if a woman likes to have party, likes to enjoy life, in having a relationship, there's issue of ups and downs there. So is the woman willing to, like go through that struggles with you, or they want to go back and find somebody that's fun? You're too boring now. Maybe you're so boring. I'll find another. The contentment is to also you have to consider that, but I'm not saying all. Right?
Yeah.
Hello, J3 and ACGC. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it's just
Any
that the disadvantage of having a girl that you found in a bar or a party goer girl who used to be a party goer girl that when you get married, there's still a chance that he will misses or she will misses the life that he has before you come into his life. So that's the disadvantages, and let's just hope for the best.
right? Anyone is capable to change through that. Yes, they
True.
are capable to change. It really depends on the person. And as we go back, how to locate a good Filipina? First and foremost, what is good Filipino for them? Maybe good Filipino is just a temporary and party fun, What is a good woman for sure? What guy really likes? I like to have somebody that would make me laugh. So go for that. What you like. If you're attracted to the book, just like I think your live stream was that step by step basis, right? Like you
Uh-huh.
like this physical appearance, we go to the next step. After the is his personality, seem like the woman too, right? If a good
Mm.
man really wants to have a good Filipina just like you, have friends with a nice couple, American Filipino, a foreigner and a Filipino couple. She wanted to have like that kind of relationship. She should either a third party, like finding, they would recommend the lady for you. So I told the story about this in a restaurant. A guy, a foreigner sitting in a restaurant, and there's a couple asking, or maybe common friends, that, hey, are you single? Don't be offended. Because maybe there's maybe a chance that they're going to give you a good woman, good a Filipina, and sometimes very pretty, very pretty. They're not really exposed on online stuff. Maybe they got tired. They've been in the online dating, but got tired. Like, hello,
It's true, ma'am.
Greg.
I agree with that. Sometimes, like, yeah, like when you're hoping, looking, searching it for your by yourself and getting tired, just having a rest.
You get tired of the online dating stuff. And, that's one of our Filipina series. Somehow you could get to know the woman. Like, if you're really tired of finding a woman, here's your chance. Get to know them. There's a video. I have a Filipina series that, get to know with those ladies. See what, clicks. Did you like how she talks? Did you like her common sense? Hello, Beth Suarez. Thank you, everyone. And next one is one Filipina, good Filipina. There's a potential that if she have a job, she's working her whole life, a better chance of having, it's a good Filipino. She's not relying to her man.
Yes, I agree with that, ma'am. Like, it is, it is for me. It is a leverage for women who has their personal incomes to have their personal earnings. Like in every situation, like you can buy all the stuff or all the things that you wanted for yourself without having guilty feelings because it is your money, it is your earning. So being independent and know how to work hard to be able to give the desire or the needs that you want for yourself and for those people, like for your family, like it would be an advantage. Like he wouldn't think that you just go for him because you want her money, his money. So having a work will see, will let him see that you're not just financially independent with him.
So, also, if if you look in the future and said, "Oh, this woman really likes to have really likes to have a job," you could compromise. If you're working and say, "Hey, I'll," because one of the reason is she takes care of her family, right? She takes care, she gives money to the mom, the dad, like, hey, here's my contribution, my love, care, something like that.
Yeah.
And if, in the future, you're looking, oh, maybe she won't do this, she still can, uh, not, if you don't want her to work for a year or two, she will consider that as long as you give money to the parents or somebody that relies. So there's like an exception that even a working woman can, it's a relationship. It works both ways as long as you guys talk. Right?
Yes.
Tim,
Yeah, it's also like an advantage for a man to see that that woman know how to handle their financial. You see, if a woman knows how hard it is to earn the money, when the time has come that his husband will ask her to, stop working and just manage financial and kids for the household, you will be like, if you're a guy, you would be like, um, you will feel at ease because that woman that you have knows, you know how to hold the money and not just spend it lavishly in the things that are not necessary.
You know that guy there. So then the thing is not to seem desperate for a partner. Men and women are trying too hard to find a partner. Yes, that's right, Tim. Truth. That's right. Sometimes we're too desperate. We're like, well, okay, I'll consider that. Oh, yeah, 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 that one.
Yeah, like taking like if you have a standard like height limit and you're desperate to have that someone for your life because you've been single for too long, and they say, and he doesn't meet up your expectation height, like, okay, it's fine, I can compromise with that, as long as to have in a relationship.
And it's
It
not
can
good,
be,
right? Like
yeah,
because you're what you want for a guy, just because you're too desperate. You know, our culture here, right? You're more than 30 years old, we're like spins old lady. So that's the problem, the pressure, the competition of each woman. You know, this statistic, right? I don't know if
yeah.
it's still 7-1, uh, 7:1. I don't know. Sam, what do you think? Is it 7:1, seven women to one guy?
Mom, if that's the case, it's so heartbreaking for me. Maybe I belong for that three else women who haven't found yet, because other girls are having two at a time, three at a time, for them to have a, like, wide options of men.
Desperate people give up a life that turns others out. That's true. Well, it's a competitive, thing that women they want something, but it's like how you sell it, marketing strategy. So you have to be competitive too. Hello, Franceschi. Right. Other people, they, as Tim said about the vibe, other people are doesn't want to have relationship, but there's lots of men. Hey, I want you, right? But this woman that is so, like, I want one. Just can't have one. That's the, problem.
Like they're holding too many guys in their hands as their option. Like if like if it wasn't, it would be able to work out, and the other one they still had other option. Like for those out there who doesn't have an option, like we were still waiting for someone to let go. For those, they can see there it would work out, someone with them. So I suggest to those girls who's having multiple, partner or relationship, right? Like, let go of the others. Give them a chance to meet their, the one that they've been looking for.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing there. Like two, three, what in one woman. And what about the other? What about the rest?
Zero.
But that one, what right there is only a temporary fun. Those three men is heartbroken. The cause and effect of people doing mistake. It doesn't add. It doesn't. Minus the people will believe. Lessen the ratio of a woman having a chance to love. Said, for me, I don't have.
It's okay, Beth. You're not the only one waiting. So let's just hope for the best.
Franceschi. Franceschi have AirBNB. Come on, Franceschi. So anyway, yeah, but it's in that woman, good Filipino woman. It's really hard. One one thing is they're not exposed to online stuff. They're very busy with their career. Uh, in reality, they're in reality. not- not. Those are good Filipinos, and they're working. If you're a call center, big chance too. They're working, right? If it is for you, it's for you. So
It's true.
Franceschi believes that if it's meant for you, it's meant for you, it's yours. But it's the competition.
Yeah, like it's so hard uh, to discern a good woman or a good Filipina because nowadays, like people are too much exposed on social media, so they learn how to scam other foreigners. They've been learning. So it's hard to you can't say that because they're from a province they're good women. I can't guarantee you that because there's a lot of also women from province who's learning how to scam foreigners right now, and it doesn't mean that he's a city girl or she's a city girl. Yeah, she's not an honest girl because she's been too much exposed to foreigners visiting the country, right? That now, uh, talking fluently English women has an advantage and disadvantage for me. Like disadvantage because probably or might be they've been speaking to a lot of foreign men way ahead of time before you met, so that is a disadvantage for me. And the advantage is that they might they might be like not too much exposed to the social media, so the time that you meet them might be the first time that she's be able to meet a foreigner.
Same with an interesting sentence. Never act like you are the one. That's true too. That's sad, scary.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's too sad to really know people that scam foreigners. Foreigners scam Filipinos. It's not only one way.
Yes, it's
Way.
vice versa.
Something to do with because they're doing it as a job. They want to have money, right? It's deceiving. Deceive, it's too deceiving for people just because wanted to have money. They play with people's heart. It's not
Yeah.
a good karma.
Yes.
What
Like
do you
when
do?
no like when a woman starts talking with you and then you're talking to each other and starts opening up about financial or material needs that she wants in his life, that's a big no. That's a big sign that he's not a good Filipino. Like love comes naturally. Uh, Language of love comes naturally. It shouldn't be asked to uh, vice versa to each other. It should be shown naturally like that. So if one's partner or one's person that you're into with starts talking with that, I think it's a big no. That's a sign that he's not a good woman.
Time also can only tell, right? You're gonna find as she goes, lying. When you lie, it's like if I lie about my name after the following month, ask that same lady what's her name. So she
Yes.
will forget.
Mhm.
That's how you find an expert liar.
Yes.
Just had to say ask the same question and you find out, right?
Yes, and also his family background, like asking if he has how his marital status. If he says she's separated, how separated it is. Is it legal? Because here in our country, divorce is not it's not legalized yet. So it should be separation, legal separation, or annulment. Like if you have money, you can have an annulment, right? So it should be known to you the marital status, the background of how's the marital status of that person that you're talking with. Because right now I've heard a lot of women that still married with their partner, Filipino partner, and tend to marry a foreigner just for the money.
I said that who pulls who? Who will pull who? Like if the foreigner pulls a Filipino or a Filipina pulls a uh,
Yes.
foreigner, right? But you know, it's cause and effect, right? Do you want to go through that circle of foolishness? You really want to have a guy that's, not perfect, but would willing to jump on a cliff for you, would you not take that chances and get that guy? Or same as a woman. Woman, love is not just the feelings, it's
It's a
action. Like
decision.
it's everyday, it's everyday thing. Like if you don't show your love to your partner, it's it's not love. If you rely on your feelings, I don't think what you call that men and women, a couple marriage for more than 50, 60 years would survive it, right? It's not action. You had to do it every day. Tired of listening to my wife, my husband, but still they're together.
Yeah, because as I've heard from the elders who's married for so long, like love is a decision for them. Like love can sometimes be fall out of place, but still, if you choose to be with the partner that you choose and try to work things out, then it is what it is. Like you try to work things up, patch things up that you think still can be I mean, can be fixed.
The
That
sad thing as sorry, yeah, the sad it's really sad, but it's also sad that they meet together later when the guy is out of money, the girl will run away. The intention of the woman is just for the money. It's right there. It's a red flag. I don't know. One of the people that when we talk about good Filipina, if the Filipina asks for money, that's out of the question. Not good chance of having a forever right there, right? Why would the woman ask? That's why one of the suggestions is if a woman have a job, that's that's a period that that woman is rely on, take responsibility because here in the Philippines, it's really hard to find a job, especially when you go after you have a wider knowledge just about what outside Philippines.
yeah, like if you have your own money, you wouldn't mind if your partner won't give you. Like marriage is a different thing, right? For like when you started just starting the relationship, like it's a bit turn off when you open up about financial. When you just starting your relationship, when you're married, that's the different thing. Because what's your
Yes,
husband's money is automatically
it's
yours
yours.
because
Yes,
you're making a family, right? So like when you're just starting the relationship, like it's a bit off. Like you open up, oh honey, I want a Louis Vuitton bag and something. I want to go to salon. Like what the heck? Earn your own living.
it's a little sign. I mean, I don't think you have to have the problem of it is of men is they don't ask questions to women. Those are kind of questions about what do you think about what are your plans after this 5 years, within 5 years? Those kind of questions Yeah, to ask a woman, or a woman would ask to a man, do the guy have you have a future with the guy, or you will end up like somebody that's you're just for fun.
Yeah, like listening to the future plans of a woman, or what he sees himself, or what she sees herself as in the near future, like 5 years time, is like listening what, because I believe if you want to know, if you want to know a person, listen to his word. Like what was in his head, she will outspoken. I would She will be outspoken in it. So if you would listen carefully to his word, you will know what kind of woman she is. If she is for a long term, or just a short term, for a fling, or just for fun.
That's true. The abundance of the heart and thought speaks when it comes out. You man just had to find out that, oops, I think that's a red flag. You had to find, more about it. If the lady, if a Filipina got strike three, you had to run fast. Because if you don't, I'm so sorry. We cannot help you. It's permanent. You be suffering or struggling, right? Same as
True.
a woman too, right? It's the same both ways. You just had to really find out about that man. If that man is really serious with you, you had to make a step. What I think one of the problem of us is we don't know what we want. Yeah, that's good enough. Come on, let's do this.
Partly guilty. Like there's a time in a life, like I'm bored. I want to. Okay, it's fine. I will settle. I will settle for less. Like you have your standards and you just lower. It's fine. It's fine. Just like that. Go for it. It's okay. Like, but there are times also that no. I want this. I want this one to meet up. Like I won't settle for less. Like that.
That's true. Yeah. But our problem is, yeah, I like he's talking to me now. We're too desperate. We go back to Tim said, if you act desperate, if you act like this, uh, the vibe they can feel. How about the woman that is, like do the first move? What do you think about that? Are they considered red flag or
Um, Making a first move.
yeah, like
Like
just like Johnny Bravo. I don't know. What's up, Eric? Hello, gorgeous.
in that case, based on my experience, when you as a woman take a first move, like it giving the edge to the men, to the guys, that giving them the knowledge that you like them so much because you first take the move. So like it would be given a possibility that you will be you you will do what he asked you to do. Like for example, ask you something that's not that's unethical, like nude photos. That guy would be expecting you to do the things that he would ask you to do, since you are the one who approached him. You're the one who approached him.
You mean they think the guy would think that you are easy,
Like
so easy.
like for my it, in my opinion, like this is as based on my experience, ma'am. It's just I'm not generalizing. It's like probably 50-50, because I came to my point in my life, like, oh man, they're not making a move. Why don't I make a move myself? So I'll go for it first. I'll make the move first. I'm first to say hi, like that. And as I observe, when I was the one who's saying, or like approaching them first, it's like it's giving them leverage that you will, uh if they ask you something like that, I don't know, it's just based on my experience. I don't know with other people experience, but I think there's
Have
nothing
you
wrong with that
have you
agree.
tried have you tried to tell a guy what you feel, how you feel, like, oh, I like you? Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, I tried that once. Like I tried that once.
Did it
Honestly
work?
speaking. And that gives him the leverage like to put me down. Like she's she's like controlling the situation, the conversation, the things that he wants to happen. That is a red flag. So no sort
So
of
you
conversation.
so you mean to say that type of guy uh, had a wrong I mean that it's wrong in the first move that you
Like
shouldn't be the one to be.
yeah, so like if someone likes you, like I have in my mindset right now that if someone really likes you, he will do a move for you to know or like notice him, or he will do such stuff that you would notice him, or you would give him the attention that he wants. It's not saying like material needs, right? Like approaching first to a woman gives the feelings to the woman that really they really are like they really are the person that you like. Like when you approach someone, it means you like that someone, right? So if the guy approached me, I will feel that he really likes me because he approached me. Probably in not in a very nice way, but still the essence like he had have interest in you that makes him approach you.
Uh, my opinion is this: there's different type of men and there's different type of women. Depends. You know, your first approach really counts. And if it happens to be that the guy uh, is someone that likes to be approached, not the hunter, there's different kinds of guys. And if the guy that you approach is kind of like a hunter, they would find it like offensive and you're the easy one, you're the SL. Yeah. But if you approach a guy that cannot approach a woman, that's another thing. It's a compliment for them. Like, oh, yeah, shucks. Right? So it really depends uh, on you know a guy. It's like my brother. My brother is someone that cannot talk. I mean, he's confident. He likes talking, but if he likes the girl can't talk. I don't know something wrong with that. I don't know. I think there's lots of guys out there that still find that woman is attractive if they do the first. I still think that there's also a guy. But if you approach the guy that is a hunter and very confident about themselves, they know what they want, they're kind of hunter because naturally friends and you know there's always an exception to that, right?
Yeah, like we're not generalizing. It's true, ma'am, like what you said. Not all men are the same. There are men that are shy type, like they want girls to approach them. Like probably in my case, I haven't met that kind of guy. It's just when I approach them, they become aggressive and like feeling too much high to themselves. So yeah, not all men the same.
Yeah, same as women, right? It
Yes.
really depends on the person. Like as I said, if you like a conservative type, you have to really get it's the talk, it's the conversation. That's why people go and spend time together and say, "Hey, what do you like? What's your favorite color?" Those kind of stuff. And there's a guy that likes to, you know, if you're really serious, there's also guy that is not serious, right? Not serious. They just want to have fun. They come here to the Philippines and have this sex. They want to feel the woman guilty go to a city to city and then you know victimize people. Say, hey, we're just having fun. But this woman is really serious. Thought that she's the only woman that this guy talked to. Got you know, it's kind of like a scam too, right?
Like, it's the disadvantage of a man who's vocal to his feelings. Like, they tend, like, probably almost half of them is just flirting or playing with other girls because they're vocal. And that's the advantage of the shy type, because they, even if they like that girl or that someone, they wouldn't approach it because they're shy. Unlike this vocal type of guy, even if they don't like much that guy, when they see that you've given them an interest, just a glance, they will come to you and just play with you and leaving you brokenhearted.
That's true. So really depends on the guy. What do you really like? What do you want? You want a complicated one. Where do you think we should go? You want if they want a ad, complicated. What, what where do you suggest them go?
What was that, ma'am?
If the man likes a complicated like hard to I'm sorry, hard to distinguish, hard to like where would they go? Complicated.
Like when the guy is complicated.
No, no, they're looking for a complicated. Let's go to the good side. Says adventure. Where will they go?
Good side. Oh, sorry, ma'am, I'm losing you.
I'm sorry. But, uh, as I said, men, what do men like? They like a conservative one, go further to to the mountain. You can find the culture there, the province, is not as high standard in the city, right? They're sophisticated. In the city, they're sophisticated. But in a town, a province, they're not, right? How about the complicated one? Complicated, like complicated. I don't know how to explain the complicated, but in the comment section, does a guy likes to have a complicated lady? Makes them feel
Complicated.
like adventure. Like, help this lady. I'll be there.
Like,
I'll be her night.
like girls who change their mood frequently.
Like complicated. Like I don't know. It's too generalized, right? Maybe let's go to the one that adventure. A woman that is adventure likes to travel. Where will they go?
Adventurous women. Excuse me. So when it comes to adventurous women, actually right now, as I can see in my surroundings, like women or women who's working like right now call center agent, if they had their vacation or off, they tend to travel like in the mountains or lakes or somewhere that is nature, mostly of the area. Like here in my place in Mindanao, you can have a lot of place here that you can come. You can go to the sea, the falls, the lake, the there's anything if you want to climb to the mountains. There are a lot of them here. We have a lot of falls. So if you want someone who's known into that kind of place, you choose provincial girl. Now I'm not saying that they're all like they're not they're all good women or good Filipina. Because I've said a while ago, there's some of local girls or local women who knows how to scam also right now. So let's just be careful and observant of the situation or the person, because living in this area like me, province, a far province from the Philippines, it is enjoyable for a tourist, but still you don't know a
Still,
person. You don't know a
there's like the
person.
chances of 99%. Be careful that 0.1%.
Yes, I
What?
agree with that, ma'am.
Yes. I
Yeah.
also don't put up with ladies and the tampo. What I think about the tampo, I don't know why they keep saying the tampo thing. But for me, it's a communication issue. Like the problem with the ladies, they here we're culturally, you know, that would kept it inside and not saying anything. But I learned that in my relationship that the tampo can be worked out. Just talk, you know.
Yes.
Uh, it's like training a dog. You had to train the woman too. Train, hey honey, please, if you are not feeling good, you just have to tell me. You don't like this, what I'm doing. You have to say, I'm upset. Please fix this, right?
So, team, like we women, Filipino women tend to tampo because like we are passionate with our feelings. I mean, we are sweet. We are a loving person. Like, if you forgot something like an anniversary or a birthday, so we Filipino women tend to make tampo because we want the feeling of being cared or being always being remembered. Like it for you, it may be like yes, because American women are very strong, independent, right? Like if you don't want me, I don't like you. Fine. Mostly of the women, Filipino women, we tend to work things out. We make
Yeah, it's
tampo
just
tampo.
communication. Yeah, it's just a communication problem. Same like
Yes,
all the women in the world, like they have issue, but they just don't know how to show it. They just don't or culturally, like to just keep it inside and call it tampo. But we could talk it out and say, hey, let's talk. You cannot talk to me when I'm here. Do not say this stuff, like that. So that if the woman had this one week of the month, you just be nice to that woman, right? Okay,
yes,
let's
sure.
talk about simple Filipina. Simple. The simple is not good word for foreigners. I mean, if in America, simple is like stupid.
Mm.
So Filipina, when you say simple, I'm a simple Filipina, it's not good. Please do not say that. I suggest you not say that. They don't. It's not good. It's simple is not good. I think Proverbs, right? Simple is foolish. So please, why most ladies call themselves simple are you wrong. Please don't tell yourself you're simple because it's not. You don't market yourself right. The competition is so hard, and you said that word. You have to change it and go to the next man. When starting on your relationship, go slow and take your time. Get to really know it. That's a good idea, right? Time really can tell if this woman is a good Filipina or not, and to get to know.
Like, ma'am, I had a question myself. Like, would what would a man prefer? Like a foreigner man, would they prefer a high maintenance woman or a average maintenance woman?
We'll ask Tim. Tim, what do you think men prefer? High maintenance or I think it's like just for me, I don't know about them, okay? For me, it depends on how rich the guy is. But also an exemption. Okay, there's always an exemption. If a woman works and likes to take care of herself, that's an exemption. Okay, I'm just saying it like generally. If you want a high maintenance lady, and then they like a rich guy. But there's also an exception. There's beautiful Filipina that really takes care of themselves and pay themselves too. And okay, I don't know about Tim and Filipino with attitude. Do guys really prefer a high maintenance? Would they consider it as a trophy woman? And they should they be gorgeous? Because it's vain is also important. Men are just in the eyes. You go with go out with someone who said they are complicated relationship. True.
It's true. It's true.
Well, there you go. I am not rich. I don't want a high maintenance. Most don't want high. But if he is more wealthy, then it's okay for his wealthy wife. Filipino with attitude. Yeah. I think it's common sense. If you want a high maintenance, you should have money.
Yeah, in connection, like I think women who has put their basic needs than their physical appearance. Like I'm not saying you can't invest for yourself, right? You can, like, but putting more important things first than enhancing your natural beauty. Like for me, it's a sign that Filipina is a good woman. Like for example, enhancing your nose, pouting your lips, injecting glutathione, than investing for a best business or to buy a lot or a farm for yourself in the near future.
It's choices. It's just choices. What do you got? Do you like this kind of lady? You do this, you have to maintain yourself. Don't get poor. Cannot get poor or you lose this woman from you want. If you have a low maintenance partner, even if you just only eat 3 times a day, will stay with you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like like as a sign of good woman or good Filipina woman is like he take care of himself, herself, but not to the extent that neglecting the other necessities and putting more on himself. Like I'm not saying like how can I put this word? Like uh beautifying your home. Instead of doing that, you are putting some more or large effort on yourself. For me, that's that's a sign of a good Filipina. Like when you see him, how he handles his financial, like putting her needs uh, than his wants.
Hello, search a how to locate a good GPS.
GPS.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. How to locate a good Filipino. From a start, what is good for you? Are you prefer a good Filipina having good time, takes 10 years, and then find another one, a good Filipina that would last forever. Lifetime partner, want a best friend. It really depends on what a guy wants. What do you like to have? You like to have somebody that is so young that can you handle her? You're in that age that you like to be taken care of. Do not go for a very young girl. Like she might need stuff that you cannot do. Hey, honey, I like running. I like
Well,
mountain climbing. You can go there. I mean, how are you going to spend? But hey, again, there's always exception. Okay, so if you are one of those exceptions, please don't get offended. Okay, I seen a relationship with a very young woman and older guys that still are married right now. They it's basically for people only that still looking. Okay,
like age is not an issue, right? Like to determine a good Filipina is doesn't come with an age. You'll just say that the higher the age of the woman is the mature he is. Like he knows how to deal about life drama, life issues like that. Than the younger women who tend to fall and break up and find another one.
yes. So it really depends on what you like. We're just telling you about the GPS, good app GPS, how to find it, go with the time, get to know the woman first. If it really clicks, do you like somebody that you like, you're fun of talking with? You like somebody that you want to have a best friend? Where do you want to go? But first, you start with coming to the Philippines, right? That's the first step.
Yes.
The further you go, the rare species you are as a foreigner, right? You stay in Manila, foreigners are all over the place. Cebu, Davao, Dumaguete, foreigners are like locals. But if you go to the place that is so further that you're the only one, probably that
Like a
day,
provinces.
yeah, like provinces or mountain, that's a different thing. You should be a celebrity. Maybe you will think, maybe they're not the foreigner, Americans think that, oh, no one would want me. Go to the provinces and you'll feel good. You'll be so
Yes.
attractive. You look like Brad Pitt.
Yes, you should fall in love first with the people. No, you should fall in love first with the Philippines. It's local views. Then naturally you will fall for that natural Filipina that you've been looking for. Like when you stay longer in that place, you'll meet and know. You will like you can sooner you can identify who's right or wrong, who's true or not.
Or
Like
is it their culture too, right? You
it's true,
understand
ma'am.
now their culture. You say, why is that why they're not talking? How do you approach a woman? The further you are, it's easy to approach. But if that woman talk to you, there's nothing wrong with you. She might be not. She's not confident. That's one of the option. I don't know. Thing that maybe you scared her. Hey, baby, what you doing? Don't be like Johnny Bravo.
Be like more approachable, like blend in, enjoy and learn the culture. Because if you choose to marry a Filipino woman, it's not that you will grab or hug its natural culture, right? But it somehow you are obliged to know, so that if you marry that person, you will know its culture, its background, so that less misunderstanding. Because yeah, I know right that He's like that, he's doing this because I'm not communicating very well. So knowing a person is also knowing his background or his culture is knowing the person that you like.
Get to know first.
Yes, ma'am.
He's extremely lonely. Just those kind of scary questions. Okay? Those personal questions. You had to really consider who's asking those type of questions to the woman to find out if she's really good Filipino. Seems that LDR is extremely difficult emotionally. That's so true. It's so true. And fiance, those who are in a relationship, been having the LDR right now. But, it's really hard for them to be separated, but makes them stronger. So, keep talking to each other, get learning each other still. So, everyone, this is one of our single Filipinas. She have yes, she have live live stream too, Christine or
Hi
Christy.
everyone.
She's single. She's sharing her opinions. We
Yeah, Big Bear.
if a Filipina, I that information on her, that's a red flag, right? Why is she hiding something?
Yeah, if you come here earlier, Big Bear Live, we talked about those red flags or signs that you have found a good Filipino or not. One of that we talk about is like the don't engage with person with a complicated past relationship. The sign of a good Filipino is being open, being honest from her past to the present relationship if he has any.
Hey, Big Kevin. Hello, Big Kevin. Welcome, welcome. Yes, it's really hard to have an LDR, but from my experience, it's worth it. It's worth it, especially if you find a good Filipina. Uh, most men have a trust issue. So as women, so they had trust issue. So how would you fix that relationship having a guy a trust issue problem? Well, that's easy. Just tell woman likes to talk. So she's just gonna blurt it out. Hey, here's my Facebook page. Here's my password. So find a way that the guy would start to trust. I know it will take time. They're stubborn. They think all women uh, are a scammer, but it's not. There's still good Filipino out
Just like um it's so hard to earn the trust that has been broken from his past relationship. Last, please do believe in love. Like put hopes in the future that you will meet that someone who can be honest with you with all their hearts and lives, and the LDR things. As for me being single, I think it is the trust. Yeah, same as what you have said, ma'am. It's the trust that you have with each other. Since you're not going to be LDR for very long time, like permanently, right? You're gonna work things out to be with each other. So temporary LDR, I think that's fine. It's a test of time. It's a test of faith with each other, with faithfulness with each other while you're being away.
there. That's true. So James said, I know a man who visited with a woman and said, leave 2 years after this. Oh. Thank you, everyone. It's 3:42 in the morning. I'm thinking about coffee. No, go back to sleep. Still early. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for staying with us. If you have any, like suggestion or finding how to locate Filipino, as we said first, is you have to come here, find one. But the places is you want to find gold or diamond, go a little bit further where there's no. You see lots of beautiful ladies. Would you choose? I'm not saying in the province they're all ugly. Yeah, I'm saying like that. I'm just saying that, so go a little bit further. No, you're scared, but I'm telling you it's worth it to find that good Filipino. And please don't say it simple. Simple Filipinas really is not good to all those Filipinas that is looking for good for a husband. Do not say a simple woman because it's not good. It's not attractive. Or say a single Filipino, a single mom. It's not attractive. You're just inviting sharks come to your back. And locating a good, not not all good Filipino, right? You have to find that good Filipino, and some of them are not in the online. Or they're too busy with their reality. Might as well just come here and
Yeah, like knowing a person personally, yeah, is a leverage than knowing someone online. Yes, knowing someone online and is also like testing each other. Like, but knowing him personally, like coming here in the Philippines and knowing him personally from your own perspective, know his culture, know his background, because as we have all know, there's all people or women or men is lying about their past relationship or their relationship just to extort money to other people, vice versa, foreigner to Filipino, Filipino to foreigner. So we're not generalizing, but yeah, it's generalized that there's some people who tend to like hide their relationship with their husband, and so knowing them personally, like face to face, is a big advantage for you if you really want to know that person. You will hear how he talks, his attitude, people around him, like that. And
yes,
ma'am, thank you. Thank you. Because what as me, I tend to say to myself that I'm a simple Filipino. Like when I'm talking to other people, especially foreigners, I always describe myself as a simple Filipina. So now that you have said that, when you Filipinas say he's simple to other people, it has a different perspective to them. So thank you for enlightening me.
yes. How can they find a Filipino that is ready for marriage? Yes, promote my lives. So I have a single Filipina series, so check it out and see, you know, the first uh, that would be you will be interested is you get to know the lady. That's the first thing. Get to know uh, her thoughts, her feelings, you get to know what she likes, what she expects, the love language. So it's like almost everything on it. So go watch it. It's for marriage. Just hello, Popeye. Popeye. I remember Popeye saying that he came here in the Philippines and he went to this place, place a bar, ladies dancing, and it's Saturday, Sunday, she went to church. I said, "Oh wow, I see that lady. She's in choir. She's dancing last night. That's funny. It's a good." Yes. Right. So I have invited the ladies to come up, but only Christine came here. They're busy. When Nell invited Nell, but I think she's in still in the road traffic. Don't commit LDR if you are emotionally unstable. That's also I agree part, but not all, because there's also men that survive even though they're LDR, even though they're emotionally unstable. So I don't know how they do it, but they did it. Yes, some of them is, some men are like that. Mercy, I have any co-host started chatting with men from your chat? So Christy's the only one in here right now. Have you been chatting with men? Dear
Right now,
Christy,
right now I'm zero. I don't know. It's okay. I'll just keep on waiting. I don't know. Maybe it's not the right time.
maybe there's another plan for you. Then after that, then Chesky, thank you for Chesky's the Filipino orchestra. And who else did I invite? Yeah, we had their plans. So maybe in the future, we're still going to come up with a topic to talk to. If you guys have any questions? Uh, Christine here. Do you have any questions? Any more questions from the comment section? For when I had the live stream, they cannot hear me. So I don't know if it could be Tim is here say, hey, I think your internet sucks. So he tried to help me. Oh yeah, this one is better now. On Thursday, I have another Filipina, single Filipina that we're gonna get to know. It's my first time as well. So we're gonna get to know her, same as me. Prepare for your questions. So get to know her. And if anyone has not watched Christine live stream, she's one of the Filipino series. Look her up. Uh, she had all her answers about stuff, getting to know her more. We can then watch her live stream. You will be shocked. Good shock. Good surprise.
Hi, Big Kevin.
And I have the group, right? Did you see that group? CheckouttheRileys. And I made a group just to, uh, find out what you guys been doing. Like, there's a guy that's been talking with you. You guys, is there a guy that's talking to all of you? At least you guys could communicate. Say, hey, is this guy talking to you? Yeah, he's talking to me. And about you, yeah, they're talking to me. So like 10 ladies been talking to one guy. So maybe that guy's just talking and find out how. So it really depends. You find out he's talking to you for real or just say hi. If you plan to have LDR, be sure to get an aircon.
Sure, Surge.
I That's a good one, Serge. I think Serge been here for a while. Yeah, you know, if it's too hot, get pink, right?
You know,
My
Surge,
pink.
I'm proud of it. I've I've earned that from my work before here. I tend to work before. I'm just gonna tell a short story. I used to work at a resto bar, so it has a 24-hour shift. I've been working graveyard, so when I'm sleeping at the morning, it's so hot. So I invested in air condition. That's why I bought this one. It's just a small one.
Still, it's an accomplishment, right? That's it for you. See, we're talking about aircon. She said, "Hey, I bought one." I think there's one of the ladies. She fell asleep. I said, "Oh, give me 1 second." What would they? I mean, if a guy found a good Filipina, how would they approach the Filipina? Any thoughts? Can you hear me?
Ma'am?
Uh, I said that if a guy found that good Filipino, how would you think is the right approach for that Filipino? Like, if a guy finds a Filipina commonplace restaurant, how would you
Like
think she should approach?
like like in a natural way, in a very friendly way. So that those because those good Filipina usually majority of it of us is tend to shy of someone approaching personally, right? So, but if you approach good women, you should approach with a very friendly smile, not that approach that like you're being aggressive. Yes, you like that person, you want to know that person, and you have a hint that he's a good Filipina. But still, it's good to be started as friends, knowing each other, uh, getting his trust to share to you his uh, life. Knowing that he's a good person. You hear, it's not always a good past that you have. And if you approach them nicely, like in a very friendly way, you won't be scaring them off. Like, yeah, okay, we can start having a conversation. I am at ease talking to you because you're being nice, you're very friendly, like that you're really sincere of knowing me. Okay, so let's talk. Let's get to know each other. Like that, like approach nicely in a very friendly way and sincerely that you
Thank,
really want to know them.
thank you, Tim. Good night. Thank you for the time. Hope you have a good rest. Just because you find someone is not enough. You need to find you also. That's a good one. You had to find each other, right? It's like a puzzle, right? A piece of a puzzle. You had to find your match, right? So when you find your match, another step. When you go further and you decided to stay together, live together, have babies together, that's another thing, right? It's step by step. But you had to like maybe find the girl first. Start from there, talk to them, the girl and see how it
Work,
goes.
working the differences, meeting each other. Yes, it's remember one step at a time.
One step at a time, the things to wait. Yeah, sometimes women when they find a guy, so oh yeah, this is good. He made me laugh. But the question there, does the guy like you or he's been doing it to every woman? Like
Thank you.
he's very confident that and you think that you're the only one. So watch out, ladies. We don't know. Same as women and men. Watch out for the women because women tend to be modernized self. Right? They're being modernized in the way that it's not good. Because they got victimized, they want to find a victim for themselves. They'll
Yeah.
be the one who do this. I will also make another about the fisher or those ladies that likes to approach in a common place. You say, hey, I'd like to gorgeous. You want to be my boyfriend or to be those kind of ladies that does that. Think, think, guys. If the lady does that to you, you're not the only one that we approach. There's still more, unless otherwise, there's also an exemption that maybe you're the only one or maybe you're not.
Yeah. It's like when she approached you, like ooh, he's starting the conversation. Yeah, like it's always said, it's a one step at a time. Okay, we're talking. How's our talking goes? Then when you're clicking with your conversation, okay, let's put this in a bit higher level. Like it's another step. As the way you talk, how is it? Is she or he thinking about the future? What his is his view about the future? If you meet with that expectation with each other, okay, another one step at a time, one step higher. It's not always good things doesn't happen in one spot. I mean, good things doesn't happen at one time. It's a one step process. It's a step by step process. So don't put your expectation too much high because he's talking to you. Yes, as Mom Mercy said, probably she's talking or he's talking with someone else also. It's just step by step. Don't put too much hope in that person that you're talking to. Yes, you like that person, but it doesn't mean that she's feeling the same way towards you. Maybe you're just an option. You,
Well,
you are among five.
we really do not know what is ahead, how tricky the guy or the gal is, how tricky they are. Are you meeting a good woman, a good Filipino one, or not? Just have to find out. And here, I don't know, but it's like the basic. How do you present yourself? You have to love yourself first. You have to find yourself attractive for the other people who say, oh yeah, look, you're gorgeous. But if you start thinking about, oh shit, ugly, I look this, and I cannot find a man, I cannot, you start with that thing, you cannot find him. It's releasing a good words to yourself, like, hey, yeah, I can find a lot of guys. I'm just not right. Those, it's a marketing strategy. How do you sell yourself?
Yeah, it's a strategy it's either a strategy to earn your trust and broke you and break you in the near future, or a strategy to know you more so that he can fit or she can fit into your life like that. Like, 'cause if you like someone, if you like something, you should come. There's a part of your life that you will be compromising to each other, like, right? Like this, I don't like this, but since you don't like this, and it's not that hard to compromise on your side, then you will meet with that But that part in the relationship will come naturally, like as the long goes by, as that time goes by, how many months you've been talking to each other, surely you will know if that person is really into you and hoping to settle down with you or not you know
Again, it's like a map, right? Finding a good woman starts with what is your start point? You start off with what do you like? Do you like a husband, a wife, sexy mate, like a pleasure, or whatever? You start with what you want. You depends. It really depends on what you want. If it don't click, the puzzle don't match, go find another one. Because stay with that guy, and then you end up you don't. Let's say like this: like if I met this guy and this guy did we didn't match. If I stay with a guy, I lose that guy just past me that I'm supposed to be married with, because you stuck with the guy, you stuck with that person that the, the reason is because he's talking to you and the guy, so you could find one. You want things to fit like puzzle. Yeah, like you match. Like, what do you want, Victor? Do you want somebody that is sophisticated? Do you want somebody that would stay with you for so long and deal with your drama if you have one? Or, you know, it really depends on what you want. But the problem, one of the problems men have trust issues with us women, right?
yeah.
We need to be compatible like so. So, hello.
How do you define soulmate? Like for me, if you want to, stay long in the relation that you've chosen to, you should be, open and like friends. Like you can have a conversation, you can have a discussion about life. Because like if you are like focusing on being a relationship, as in a strict relationship, and you don't tend to see your partner or your in a relationship someone like a friend, it would be hard for you to open up something that is something's going on, like emotional problem, financial problem, or family problem. Anything of that stuff would be hard to open up to someone if you don't see that person as a friend that you can talk to, right? It's a vice
Start with
versa. You
friends.
should, yes, it should be start as friendship. Like you can easily open up with that person, your heart out, you know.
You're comfortable with. You're comfortable with that lady. That's one. Going on to the next one.
Yeah.
If she lied to you, run. Right? Because don't get stuck with a lady that lies. If she lies to you first year you are together, that's a big question here. This is a red flag because there's a song, right? The song, yes, I'm afraid, pretending pretending that so there's women that pretends to. In America, there's lots of not all. They really had this wisdom, very nice, and tender, and such. Telling you, passing on, that good people. So really had to take off that mask for women. Not the makeup, okay? I'm not talking about their makeup. maybe something to do. If it's too thick, then you have to ask them, hey, can you come and uh, uh, take that off and see how what you look like? I really want to see you for real, not fantasy, right?
So the word is not simple, it's natural. Being natural to yourself, like physically and emotionally. You are natural to talk to someone, to that aspiring partner, what you like, so that if you don't meet up with likes, like you like him, then he doesn't like you back, then
Go
end
find
it
a new one.
and go find with another one. Yeah. Don't stuck yourself in the situation that you know it can, it can be reversed or fixable, because it's hard to be in a situation that you are the one who just want to be there and the other one is not, so it usually tends to break. So it should be both of you.
Christine, do you believe in love at first?
Ma'am?
Do you believe in love at first sight? Like when you watch that dance, oh, I knew I loved you before I knew.
I want to believe in all forms of love, ma'am. In all forms of love,
Um,
I want to believe in all forms of love. So I hope that he would be love at first sight to me first, or vice versa. So it would be nice feeling, than me being to him and he doesn't to me. It would be devastating.
learn each other, culture differences in culture cause tons of misunderstanding. Language also causes some misunderstanding. Always be patient and then remember that Filipino
It's true, Bill.
feel as one up to it. By the name itself, I think he's married to a Filipina.
Yes.
Yes. You,
So
you
yes,
know, that makes sense too. Like Westerner to Westerner have miscommunication too. How much more with that different culture denominate people are two things. Yeah, true, right? Not the makeup, right? It's not the makeup, but if it's too thick, then give a benefit of a doubt. But if it's not, like it's natural, you're good. But the two face that they pretend something that they're not,
it's
you have
true.
to run. You have to run. I'm telling you, you get stuck and you be a victim. Please, foreigner that's out there that wanted to have a relationship just like your neighbor, a Filipino American couple that lasted for more than 10 years. You want one, find a good Filipino so you don't get victim.
A Filipina who's natural to herself and to the people around, like the way he's talking. He's not pretending. He's not gasping for a word to say just to make you awe or impress someone. It should comes naturally. So find a Filipina for you to know that a Filipina is good is when he's talking naturally about himself, about the things that happening in her life. It comes naturally, talking naturally. Language, yes, it's a bit a barrier, we can say, but even if we talk crooked English, I we we
I assure you we have sign language.
yeah, we sign language. We make you understand the things that we want you to understand. Like, yes, Filipina aren't the same as Western women. One thing that impressive about Western women is they're so independent and strong women. Now, I'm not saying Filipina are not, like, the percentage of people or women that's strong and independent, like strong women or independent women is the Western women. Women in the uh, Filipino women is emotional. Like when we're in when we're in a relationship, we tend to pour our heart out with tend to mend the things that is mendable. We think that is still mendable. We're giving our best, especially if we like that person. So that's the disadvantage of us being Filipina, that we fell into like being scammed, being cheated like that, because we poured majority of us.
Independent in a way, like comparatively in Western, independent. If the guy falls, like doesn't have a job, those kind of stuff, that Western woman tends to find another one or just leave you, right?
Mm,
That's the not, I mean, commonly done. It's not all. Not,
mm,
I'm not saying every Westerner. There's always an exception again. But the Filipina would stay with you no matter what. I mean,
yes,
if you find that good Filipina, she will stay with you.
yes. That's a sign of being a good Filipina, like being in a difficult situation. Bad situation, good situation doesn't always long. So whenever that situation comes, you will know that you have a good partner if he doesn't leave you when the tide is getting rough. What
So, question: do you know what men generally want? I don't speak for all men, but generally we want fit, friendly, feminine, or which is opposite of most romantic and religious. So, do you know what men generally wants? What's your thought?
beauty, beauty
Really?
and beauty and generally most of the men I know, they want beautiful face and body. And when it comes, when you say feminine women, you mean this woman who is asking for a guy for her to take care of, because I see in a lot of foreign movies, like Western women are very independent. Like if you broke up with them, it's fine with them. So they don't hold grudge. They don't hold too much long. Like I'm begging you, please stay in this relationship like that, which is usually like some of our Filipino women, like that, as I've said, tend to mend what they think still mendable. So was that feminine that you mean, like girly
Feminine, like
girly?
they wear skirt.
Yeah, or skirt like,
They
honey,
don't
buy me a
run as
Gucci.
fast. They don't run faster than a man.
Yeah,
They don't.
like when they broke their nails, they will cry. Is that
Yeah,
the
that's
feminist,
kind of
feminine
feminine.
women? No, I mean I'm a Filipina, but not to the.
They wear
I guess
dress, skirt. They
no.
walk. They're graceful.
Yeah, I can say that I'm a Filipino woman, but I can say that I'm that too much feminine. Like I can climb trees.
That's
I
what
can.
you climb trees. That's gen. I'm not in a hurry to climb trees. That feminine enough for you?
Is that I mean being more lady,
Oh,
like the acting more like a man. Okay,
they're acting like lady like
you
that.
know, K
See, I told
K
you not faster than you. Faster than
like KAE. If you tend to find that kind of woman here in the Philippines, then you can find one. Because women here, especially these women who grow up in a rural area, in the provinces, they tend to work hard for a living. Like taking
they fat.
coconut.
But you see here is when we eat in front of a guy, especially in the 40 states, it's just like when the guy was trying to eat the truth, and like her past, we should be family, right? When we run with exclamations, no emotion. So
Like acting very. Right, right. Feminine eating very slowly, chewing food very slowly, working very gracefully. And
And
yet, when you came to a fight, they will throw you a whole bunch of stuff. Like, if possible, the refrigerator, they will throw at you. That kind of feminine.
no, it's not feminine. That's crazy woman.
So, like, being natural, those, if you looking for a Filipina, good Filipina here, who has been in a province, in a rural area, you can find that one that talk gracefully, walk gracefully, eating food slowly. I don't think it's natural. Like you can find, for me, in my opinion, you can find that one in like in a like noble family, like queen and the
It's good thing that
richest and famous.
you know what? It's good thing that I didn't show my husband how I'm not feminine.
But
Say, hey,
you know,
you walk like a guy.
faster, walk
Eh,
faster than a guy.
yeah. Hey, hello, hello. I think love. I don't know if you're choppy choppy, like we can't understand how or it's just me. Yeah, like you. No, in the say that love. Say hi to everybody. This is another Filipina. Her name is Love. Oh no, mic issues. But she's saying hi to everyone. So say hi to everyone. Love. She have work. So I told her, hey, come on, say hi to everyone. Say hi. I think you have problem with your microphone. That's okay. Yeah. I'm glad that you came up though, but we really can't understand. But thank you. Thank you, love, for coming up. Thank you. We appreciate you coming up. There you go. That's love. She's one of the single Filipina. So I told her to come up. If we just come up, just say hi. All the single Filipinas I put that were linked the group so they could come up and show. Just like what I just mentioned a while ago, good uh, good Filipina it's hard to find there because they're busy, they've been working, they're in a real world, so they don't have a chance. So in this series, you could I'm giving them an opportunity come up and say hi to everyone. I'm so glad that Christine can come up and do single Filipino. Correct. FYI, I have lived and stayed long term in Cebu, so I have experienced over there. I have observed a lot of things. It's good to know anyway. I can hear you.
To Mr. KAE, as I'm saying, we're not generalizing. If you come into like this rural, there's are certain tribes like they tend to like they're not too much feminine. Yeah, they may talk. They are there are culture or like tribe here who talks very sweet and feminine, but that doesn't mean they're too much feminine. I don't know with that. Uh, you have experience there in Cebu, but majority here is not like that. Like in my area. So there's a culture who speak yani like when you listen to them, they're so sweet, but it doesn't mean they're too
It's
feminine.
deceiving, right? Women
Yes, it's
really
deceiving.
learn that skills. Not only men can do it now, women practice and learning that skills. Like how
The
to
sweet stuff.
flowery words, make you fall in love. Then suddenly break your heart.
Mm.
So it really depends, but we suggest you go further so you be you know not a lot of foreigners there so you can enjoy and be confident rare species celebrity. That's one of our suggestions. Eat a good Filipino couple for further further side. Also, the third party, I'm not saying the third party like threesome. Okay, third party is like we recommend. Like me, if I recommend somebody, that's a good thing because somebody, the lady was being vouched. Okay, this is a good woman. Right? Sometimes you get approached by a Filipina or Filipino couple that they are you single, do not close the door because maybe they will introduce you to a very nice. Make sure just ask for a picture first. 'Cause who knows? They're going to. You thought it's a very beautiful Filipina and one tooth missing. Really don't know those kind of situations. Love say, I'm sorry guys, I really love join, but it's my work time now. But we appreciate you coming out. Really appreciate you that you come out. So yeah, and to those foreigners and still looking for good Filipina, there's still people out there that's really true, real, legit, not a scammer that wanted to be loved and loves. What I think, Christine, is the click. It has to be there's a click for both of you that you match with. Oh, I find this lady fascinating, right? It goes without with the doctor the words. Oh, this is a good looking lady. I think she's very smart and hello hillbilly in Asia. So don't close your door, right? Do not never close any doors yet. There's good Filipino. We could recommend you, and I also have a series here to get to know the ladies. Just really find out what are their plans, how you guys could compromise it. But first things first, what is it? Friendship, right? Build.
And the advantage of this like boyish, not lesbian. I don't know how to say this. No offense, miss.
Boyish is when you act like a boy,
Yes,
but you're still a girl.
yeah. That's
They
it.
put it.
like you can do some stuff that guy stuff or men stuff, not to the extent that you can smell like guys as also, or more clothes that that is naturally for the boys. Like being natural to yourself. Like if you don't feel like wearing nice clothes, it is fine. If you don't want talking, if you're not in the mood to talk sweetly, it's fine. Not to the extent that you're gonna yell or shout at someone because you don't want to talk. Being natural. I mean, having a natural woman, is when the time that comes, like if you're in a bad situation, that woman wouldn't be hard to adjust. Like those women who are pretentious and high expectation, like they aiming for the best, always for the best, and when the hard times comes, they will bail out themselves. Mm.
I have been to some of the groups. It was quite made me appreciate what I had to sacrifice my family. School,
It's
going out of
true.
the country and finding your not comfort zone would, make you more wise. Or
Yeah,
like, oh, this is how we do this is how I get out of my comfort zone. So it really made you a better person.
yeah.
Survive.
Like if you think you're having a hard time in your country, you should see how hardship that our Filipino locals has been striving just to go to school and to do a living. So yeah, it's true that when you are in a bit at peace situation, you will appreciate those who are, striving hard for their living.
When I first lived in America, it's really like good, not closed houses, we have front yard. Here, it's fine. It's fine. Like even the apartments like look nice even though you have to get it. It's amazing. Educational as well. But at least I have a partner, a husband that today this, that, that's that helping me go through. But think here is if met another Filipino, still both of you is in a learning stage, right? You get to learn each other, you get to learn each other culture. But first the friendship, so you could add a bond, bond together, having fun.
Like you wouldn't be shy to share your culture to each other because you know that you wouldn't judge each other. You're very open with each other. So it's a nice thing that you start as a friendship, then it as you go come into the situation that you will settle down, the friendship is still there.
Yeah, like if you um, don't push, I mean, other things that are helpful do, you're tired, you're dry, you're not into that, but still you could reach each other. So,
Mm,
yeah, did
yes.
you remember this? No, I don't. Yeah, let me remind you.
Mm,
This good conversation of
yes, it's
having
real.
somebody. And once you find that late, go for it and see how it goes, right? I don't know why guys close, like maybe they're not confident enough that maybe the rejection get rejected. But I think in being in a Filipina, you don't get rejected. Depends on how did you learn that thing. Is the lady open to fall in love? Or is it closed? Is she too confident and talk to more guys? I think don't go there. Don't go on that path because if you go to that path, you get rejected. So it really depends on how you learn that it's selling. You're good at selling. You had to find, you get to know your enemy. You had to get to know her first.
Yeah,
Know
like if
her
you
weakness
really
and
want,
strength.
yes, like if you really want to know that person and you feel that in yourself that you really want to go deeper with that person, find time to spend time with him personally, like coming in the Philippines, living his life, learning his culture, learning his past. You
We're
might
learning
know.
together, right?
Yes,
We learn
learn,
together.
learning together. Like you don't know, she's been lying to you the whole time you've been talking, and you when you surprise visit him. I advise surprise visit. Surprise visit. That's it. Surprise
Surprise
visit.
visit. It's two both ways too. You might be surprised. Like, I'm gonna surprise her. Like,
Yes.
oh, what the?
Yeah, it's
What
really
just
surprise visit.
happened?
So you should know it
Delay.
is what was having, like what is his life when you are apart. Like you will know what's behind the story of him being single, the quote unquote separated, legally separated stuff. You know,
Things are
like that's,
complicated, right?
yeah, it's true. So I
You
suggest surprise.
still, it's not 100%. Those complicated things had lots of drama because it's really depend on. There's also people that go through that because they find it challenging. They find it that they're the knight in shining. Come on, please don't go there that path. Go to the right path. Go to the challenging that maybe, but still she's single, right? Still single, not married or separated. There's more chances. There's more drama.
Hmm.
Find the lesser drama. Find the lesser. If there is, find a lesser drama. Find the one that because the adjustment, the the conflict between you two, the communication, the cultures, there's five things just for that single lady. If there's like four, five people in the relationship, what I mean, just
Yes.
be careful.
Be mindful, be, aware,
Part
observant.
part is not easy. I think what I'm suggesting also put some wall on your part first. Before you
Yeah.
open it, you have to make sure that she's a good fit. She's an you find her attractive in a way that you guys could talk 3 hours, 5 hours. There's no tomorrow when you're doing because of talking. It's like kind of precious to talk with someone like this. Had
Yeah,
a
it's
good
true.
conversation, somebody who laughed. If that's ask 1,000 questions before you open. But for now, it's just, to make friends, just friends. See how it goes. Don't don't jump on a cliff right away and then end up broken hearted and then blame all the Filipinas that there are all praise. We are
Yeah.
good praise, good praise.
Yeah, like don't put your hopes too much high when you say
No
you
expectation.
yeah, too much no
Ah,
don't put too much expectation like when he's talking, like when you see he make you see that he's a good Filipina. Still, you should be careful. You should listen, observe. I'm not saying you listen to other fellow Filipina that you've been talking to, like your friend, Filipina friend. Like for example, you have your Filipina friend, then you're just a friend, and you have your new Filipina girlfriend. It may tend to, we don't know, break just to break you apart because we're not sure because of the competition. They tend to,
stuff.
yeah, spread false gossip to their fellow Filipino just to have them for themselves. So I'm not advising to listen to other Filipino, just 50-50. You should know how to balance, how to, the situation, balance the situation, what you can see. Just don't rely on what you see or what you hear. It should be balanced always. And it should have a gut feeling, that you've been being fooled already.
Yeah, you've been
Being,
fooled once, or if you've been fooled twice, you want it three times. You're
yeah,
out.
you're out,
Next
knocked
one.
down. Yeah, Filipino woman, good Filipino women, they're natural. It will come naturally showing themselves to you. If they're pretending, you will know because at the long run of your conversation, you can hear some changes. You can see some changes in his attitude. So
Would we consider, like, foreigners also look on their on women's Facebook page? So, like, how many foreigners did this lady talking to? For those time. So right now, foreigners also very wanted to be in a safe zone. Once they look on the Facebook, there's lots of foreigners there. You're out. They filtered you out. Ladies, if you've been talking to a lot of foreigners, have these pictures, that's already no for other foreigners.
yeah,
Be careful.
but yeah, so you should check first. Like I'm not saying that you will close your option in just one. You can have a lot of options, but please don't hold them all long for your just for your benefits. If you
It's
can
like when you
say if you can see that they doesn't fit to your description, then let him go. So they won't expect anything from you. Like you're giving me false hope. I thought I'm just the only one like that. So it should be you should let go if things doesn't meet up with each other.
go, is it
Yes.
okay to talk to five ladies?
In my opinion, right now, mom, getting to know each other is fine. But as long as as the moment that you feel that you don't like the way he talk, the way I don't know, the way he dress, anything that you see physically or anything that you see to that person, you should let go. Not just, holding
Stop
and
it.
getting close. Yes, ma'am. Like having an option, go. But as you can see that person is already hoping and you have no intention to return that hope, then you should let go, you know.
Don't play with hearts.
Yes.
That's right. That's true. Be careful. You can talk to 5, 10 ladies.
Yeah. It's
You
just
find
talking.
that lady, then go and stay with one. Just stay with one. Not because it's like do not do unto others what you want others to do.
Yes,
You want to
exactly.
be like that you talking to lots of ladies. Same as that's why in a relationship, those who want to blame the others that oh you're cheating on me, think they're pointing it their self.
Yes, it's true. Like it's just simple. If you don't want others to do it to you, then don't do it to them as well, regardless of person, male or female.
This is interesting question. If all men died like this, do you think the woman can survive without? Yes.
Yes. Yes, like if a woman knows how to work for herself, then yes,
If
he can
men
survive
all right, I agree 50%, but I agree if the's no men in
50%.
this world, then If there's
They
no
can't.
men in this world, there's no one to blame, right? Like, I want to be smart. I want somebody to blame. Like, that's his fault. That's why we married. We
Right.
married because we want somebody to be blamed what we did.
To have a
So
fight
it's
with.
kind of boring. If there's no men in this world, it's no fun at all, right? It's the same like saying that uh we're all let's say we're all beautiful and there's this one ugly person. Thank that ugly person because you became beautiful because of that
Because of
ugly.
him.
You know what I mean? Same like
Yes,
men and women. We know we can survive without, but we choose to not survive.
true. We choose
We
to have a love, be to be with someone. Yes, we can, but it's nice feeling to have that someone.
yeah, like too boring, man. Can't do this, man. Don't make sense. Not happy. Like, like, so again, I don't think God really is so wise to make men and women.
Yes.
It's very wise that man needs smart lady,
Like,
smart lady
right?
to
It
help
is the
him,
main
right? But
it is the
man
main
is a
reason
leader.
that this is the main reason why God created women to be men's companion and vice
Exactly.
versa.
Yeah. We can be happy, but our purpose of living is to help you guys.
Hmm.
So it's, right? You can't appreciate things that, same like season, right? The four season. Can't appreciate if it's all sunny. That's why Asian, I mean, in Philippines, we like to have snow because we never had snow here.
Never had.
Yeah. But God is so awesome that He didn't let us have a snow because we might have Filipino popsicle. Our house is not built for snow, something like that. Without men, without me, all women will die also. So no, they will be survive. Whoa. We can survive, but we choose not to.
It would be
We,
incomplete feelings, right? Because as I believe, every man, God created also one woman. So it should be partner. You may live a life, but it's like some part of you. For me, it would be feeling like some part of me is missing. Some part of me is not complete. That I can be, I can do. But there's also some stuff that women can do that only men can fulfill like that.
right. Imagine this one. Man gave the strength, right? You cannot carry that. Man does that stuff. Right? Imagine if all women, no one will carry that heavy stuff anymore. Like, it's enough.
Yeah, sure.
There's something for everyone. Take one for the team, ugly one. They will appreciate you more, Kevin. Is that what it is? Since you said yes, how much time do you think you have to keep the infrastructure going, the electricity going, the internet going, and survive after this? A lot of women don't think about this.
I steer your word a lot, but still there is. So I don't think working or how do you say that work stuff because right now we have a lot of work men's work that can be done by women, right? But there are certain stuff that men can only do. Like, I don't think that is like what you're saying, that electricity going, because as I've
Hey, who get electrocuted? If no one will come up and check that who's there, no woman would be wise enough to get into stuff, adventurous enough. Man does that stupid stuff, not us, right? No one will take care of the electricity. Be
but you know what,
the
ma'am?
handyman.
There are some stuff here in our house before, like my father is not so good man way back before. So there are stuff that usually naturally men stuff like the electricity, but it is me and my mom who's doing. There's just that stuff. But men has a different, how can you say that, different thing that God has allotted to do that only them can do, and also women. And there's also that stuff that can be both men and women can do. So I believe there's still a special thing that only can
The
men can
woman,
do.
again, it's possible. The woman does that because there's no men. So they
Yeah.
can still do it. But, it's in a general term that, as you said, there's a men, they do that stuff, not for women, this, but
Yeah.
different
Skills or
skills for
career.
everybody.
Yeah.
That's right. Right, so
Yeah, it's true. And for those women
I'm
who
not
does
going to,
yeah, so for those women, as you've said, that a lot of women don't think about this. Yes, we can say there is a lot of women who doesn't think about that, but probably it's not their fault because as their younger age, they were so pampered by their dad or man that they're not born to be, um, exposed in that stuff, doing that stuff. So yeah, if you could be so kind, try to educate some stuff, that's a little stuff that can be done by women or girls, that in case men or boys are not available, they can do it by themselves.
but they choose not. Let the men do their what the men do can do physically, also will do the Lord. Right now, it's future. And we women try to stand up, like being more independent. That's culturally that we do it. But but if we had given us just woman job, men job, we probably, but we go past our comfort zone. It's still generally culture where I don't know, but feminists, something like that. But I prefer I still prefer the, men being gentlemen and respectful.
Yes.
Hello, the hamsters.
I agree with that, Mom and no. Like, if men naturally do it, why then they do it? It would be like, to be a sweet stuff for us to do if, don't let us do the things that they should do, like that.
But we can. We choose not to. Can. Wow. This is really interesting topic. We've, we've been here for 2 hours and 31 minutes. That lives for me. To be brutal honest, men would be royally screwed. It makes sense too, right? Yeah. Women have a purpose. We have purpose. And our purpose is to help, not to be higher than, which we can, which we can. Culturally speaking, we can influence, brainwash, whatever you call it, but we can. But I hope the flow still goes natural. Women shouldn't be brainwashed and they can live without its mother women. We're here to help each other. We're here to nurture.
Like, in biblically speaking, women should be under the men, right?
Which the culture said.
Yeah, it's said. So I guess there's nothing wrong with that as long as still the rights of the women is being exercised, right? And as long as that man look after the welfare of his women or his women or his children, right? So since it really is man who is head of the family. So yeah, and sometimes do believe
Do you know
that
why?
behind every man's success is a woman.
Yes, I'm not. You know, uh, women sometimes take over because the man is letting them do it. This is the cause and effects happening right now. The man stand out. The woman won't do it. Now it's going different ways. But this is culture instead of that. But I hope men we what have principle.
I think, Mummers, it's the yeah, like it's like when the woman, like when the man see that the woman can do some works that he can do, it should be a privilege, right? For my opinion, it should be a privilege for the man to do more stuff that he can prove to the woman that he as a man can only do it. Because as you can see, as the time goes by, there's some stuff that, yes, as you can see, as you said, that more men right now is letting women do their stuff, doing some stuff that men should do, right? So many women are working, many women are learning to do that stuff, and I think it should be, you know, uh, it should touch the ego of the man to do more stuff to prove the woman that they have that things that they can do only as a man, you know.
It's funny because search they said men should be up. So the co-host said that, not me.
What
Oh,
did I
yes, sometimes search. Uh, wow, we've been here for 2 hours and 35 minutes. Can you believe that? This is we got extended because of King Liwei's question about if women can live if all men died and women uh the only women are only the only men all men died and women are left here in this world. Would women survive? Right? Interesting question, right? But still, yeah. All right, thank you everyone. Uh, uh, I'm afraid that King Liwei would ask another question and we'll be stuck. He said women should be under men. Yes or no? I don't
what
know
in
about
what sense?
search.
Like in what sense, Serge?
Like
Because biblically
uh,
speaking, yes, because the woman was taken off from the rib of a man, right? The rib of Adam. But if
oh
the
man,
woman is being undered by men to punch into be a punching bag, I don't think that's a good thing. So right now, right, like supposedly men are there to cover and comfort women, but like as the days, years goes by, right now, I don't think it's still happening. Some men do, some men don't. Some men let their women do, you know, men stuff. So where's the justicia? Where's the justice?
That's right. It's really like that. If we can talk, more topic and more route on this fact, right? Fact is fact. Yes. Uh, Good to see you again, Mercy. Thank you, the Hapsters. And thank you, Stay Connected. Yeah, it's a good and interesting topic. I think we should do this more often. We should do this more often, Sometimes our brain should work. It's really a great show because interesting questions. So we might be doing this again, right? Chrissy,
Sure, ma'am.
I'm
Anytime.
going to invite her again so we can talk more about it. If you guys have any good topic to talk about, feel free to message us in the description of this live stream. We're going to talk about it for the next hopefully yes. And it's really interesting. Actually, so well. Thank you all for watching and staying with us. Thank you, Christine, for coming.
Thank
And
you so much, ma'am, again for having me, for having this wonderful conversation with you, people, to sharing thoughts
yeah,
about
we
having a good Filipino woman and, men and women stuff.
respect them as well. Thank you, the actors, for the word of voice. And
True.
yeah, our topic interesting. I hope you guys have watched from the start. Not the one with the one with the theme. And okay, so the part that we started our topic, how to locate the word Filipina. But always the one what you want. Right? So as the Filipino, what you want from the range of the side and couple of 44 is also the important things. That's right. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So really interesting. I think we should have it again, right? And we're gonna have it maybe next week, same, same, right? Right now it's Tuesday, right? So we're going to talk more. Any topic that you would like to suggest, at least our brain cells
Working. More
is
interesting
working.
topics to tackle, to
Just
discuss, to
not just
share.
as yeah, just as long as it's not math, we're good. Right?
It's true, ma'am.
Because if it's math, all right, everyone, we're going to say bye for now, and we'll see you next week. Right? See, and other single ladies that will come up. Hopefully, on our next week, some ladies can share their. And thank you, love, for coming up and saying that her microphone didn't work, but next time is all right. Okay, so Christine, say bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much for that wonderful questions, for listening to our conversation, for interacting with us. Thank you for this wonderful time. See you next time. God bless us all.
Yes, really, really interesting topic. Thank you for all those questions and for staying with us. If you guys have any topic, feel free to put it in the description. Again, that's Christine. She had live stream. You can look her up in Single Filipino. Christine, meet Christine to get to know her better, her views, her opinions. Again, everyone, this is our own opinion. It's not always 100%. This is opinion. Okay? So not always, there's always exception to everything. Maraming salamat at salamat